In today's world, it feels like we're constantly measuring our worth against others. Whether it's their accomplishments, their relationships, their travels, or their lifestyle, it's easy to get caught up in comparison. But what happens when you stop looking outward and start looking within? Today, we're going to talk about a powerful shift you can make in your life, focusing on yourself, not others. This one mindset change can completely transform how you see the world and how you feel about yourself. So let's dive into why focusing on yourself is the key to unlocking your true potential. Let's talk about something that almost everyone deals with: comparison. It's something that we're all guilty of, whether we want to admit it or not. Think about it. You wake up, open your phone, and scroll through social media. You see someone traveling to beautiful places, someone else landing their dream job, and yet another person showing off their new car or a shiny new achievement. It's impossible to ignore the fact that other people are living what looks like a better or more successful life, and just like that you start to wonder, why am I not where they are? What am I doing wrong? But here's the kicker. The reality is that you are doing just fine. You are exactly where you need to be, and you have your own unique path to walk. So why do we fall into the comparison trap? Why do we let someone else's version of success make us feel less than? It comes down to a mix of social conditioning and the human desire for validation. You see, for most of human history, we've needed to fit in. We needed to belong to a group for survival, for connection, and for support. That's hardwired into our brains. So, when we see others succeeding, we feel the pressure to keep up. We start measuring our lives by external markers of success, whether it's money, fame, relationships, or accomplishments. But here's the reality. Those external markers don't define you. Let's take a deeper look at why comparison is so harmful, both mentally and emotionally. When you constantly compare yourself to others, you're feeding into your own insecurities. It makes you focus on what you lack instead of celebrating what you have. Comparison breeds self-doubt and jealousy. It can make you feel like you're never enough or that you're missing out on something, when in fact the real issue is that you're measuring yourself against someone else's story, someone else's timeline. The issue is not with your dreams, ambitions, or desires. The issue is with the pressure of trying to match someone else's path. Your story is completely different from theirs, and that's okay. Think about it this way. If you were constantly comparing yourself to a flower, wondering why it hasn't bloomed like the one next to it, you'd never appreciate its unique beauty. Similarly, comparing your life to others only detracts from the progress you've already made. What would it look like if you decided to focus on yourself instead of others? What if you stopped looking outward for validation and started looking inward to define who you are and what truly makes you happy? Focusing inward gives you a sense of freedom. It allows you to define success on your terms, based on what you value most. When you're focused on your own journey, you begin to tune out the distractions of other people's lives. When you stop chasing someone else's version of happiness, success, or fulfillment, you allow yourself to pursue your own version. This doesn't mean ignoring others or being selfish. It means knowing what you need, what you want, and what makes you feel alive, without worrying about what everyone else is doing. Focusing inward requires you to build your own set of values, goals, and aspirations. It's about trusting yourself and trusting that your journey, no matter how different it may seem from others, is valid and worth pursuing. Focusing on yourself can bring a host of benefits. It can reduce stress, increase your self-confidence, and even improve your relationships with others. When you stop seeking validation from others, you become more at peace with who you are. You stop relying on external factors to determine your worth, and you begin to cultivate a deep sense of self-love and self-respect. You also stop overcommitting to things that aren't aligned with your values. You stop saying yes to everyone else's agenda, and start saying yes to the things that truly serve your growth. Focusing on yourself also helps you build a stronger connection with your inner voice. You begin to listen to your own needs, desires, and boundaries. And once you tune into your inner guidance, you become more confident in making decisions, trusting that you are doing what's best for you. Now, one of the big challenges that comes with focusing on yourself is the fear of missing out, or FOMO. Sometimes it can feel like everyone around you is living a more exciting or fulfilling life. It can be hard to let go of the idea that you should be doing the same things they are, going to the same places, or achieving similar milestones. But here's the truth. The fear of missing out is often rooted in comparison, and the belief that someone else's experience is better than yours. In reality, your experience is valid, and it's the only one that truly matters. You're not missing out on anything when you're prioritizing your own well-being, your growth, and your happiness. Sometimes, the best experiences are the ones that take place away from the crowd, in solitude or in quiet moments of reflection. So how do we start focusing on ourselves? How do we break free from the cycle of comparison? Let's break it down into a few actionable steps. The first step is self-awareness. Start by asking yourself the big questions. What do I truly want? What makes me feel fulfilled? What are my strengths? And what areas do I want to grow in? Journaling is a powerful tool here. Writing down your thoughts and feelings helps you gain clarity about who you are and where you're going. Next, set clear goals, but not based on what others are doing. Set goals that reflect your passions and values. This is about aligning your actions with what feels right for you, not following someone else's path. Social media can be a major trigger for comparison. Consider limiting your time on platforms that make you feel less than. You can choose to mute or unfollow accounts that make you feel bad about yourself, or take regular breaks from scrolling altogether. Gratitude is a great antidote to comparison. When you focus on what you already have and what you've already achieved, it shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Take time each day to reflect on the things you're grateful for. It could be your health, your relationships, your growth, or the opportunities you have. Finally, be kind to yourself. You are your greatest ally, not your worst critic. Treat yourself with the same compassion that you would treat a close friend. When you start focusing on yourself, something incredible happens. It doesn't just change your life, it changes the way you interact with the world. You become more compassionate, more empathetic, and more supportive of others. When you stop seeing others as competition, you begin to celebrate their wins too. You realize that there's enough success and happiness to go around, and it's not a race. You'll also become a better friend, partner, and colleague. The more you nurture yourself, the more you have to give to others. Your life is your own, your journey is unique, and only you can walk it. The more you focus on your own path, the less you'll be distracted by the lives of others. Stop measuring your worth by the success of others. Stop letting their achievements make you feel like you're not doing enough. Instead, focus on your own growth, your own happiness, and your own vision for the future. So the next time you catch yourself comparing, remember this. The only person you need to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Focus on yourself, your journey matters.